for some people, and for some people it's not. I'm not a big fan of just dumb explosions and fire and bullets and all that kind of shit with no story behind it at all, because they introduce a story here. They blow that motherfucker up with everything else. Yeah. Like, hey, we got wrong for trying to find. Here's a story. They're trying to acquire these plates that are used to counterfeit money. In the middle of that, their superiors end up getting killed. These guys are framed for it, and they end up going to jail. Of course, they break out, and they're after the guys who set them up, which goes deep within government ops. I mean, it goes within the CIA, it goes within black ops. I mean, I even think they're trying to make some sort of political reference here, because here we got Black Forest. I don't know if that's a reference to Blackwater or whatever.
Well, I got the feeling like if at the very least, if it was trying to say anything at all, it was that even the military resents the private contractors that are being brought over to Iraq and places like that, and are let free to do whatever the fuck they want outside of any sort of accountability for it.
It seemed like every motherfucker out there was looking for these guys, including the Salvation Army. I mean, everyone was out to get the fucking A-team. There was no way you'd have to fucking jump off the planet.
Like you said, you had like people in Santa Claus suits running after them. The Shriners were out there, the little cars coming after the A-team.
Santa Claus is a trap, fool.
But I mean, the story doesn't matter, because after a while, it's just, I mean, it really is just a whirlwind or a convolution or just I don't know, a cornucopia of action and fire.
It's a big, colorful miasma of violence.
Yeah, you know, it felt like watching the A-team going to Six Flags and getting on every goddamn extreme ride they can possibly think of, just so they can bicker about, number one, they don't want to get on the ride, and then they get on the ride and they're screaming all over each other, and the only thing you hear in the background is Mr. T going, "Fool, goddamn it, fool, how'd I get up in here? I told you, the Navy animal. What's going on?
I told you, fool, I'm not getting on that Superman ride no more, you understand?
I told you, I don't like loop-de-loops. I don't like them.
And then you see them flying out, screaming with guns and shit, but Mr. T just be knocked out. You got on a roller coaster again, didn't you, fool?
And wow, that really is this movie. Y'all just nailed it.
It is. Now, see, I understand that, and really, I was saying fuck you earlier, and then deep down inside, I'm still saying that. But on the outside, I'm saying, I understand where you're coming from, because some people don't mind that. Michael Bay movies have an audience for that very same reason.
You know for a fact that I am not a fan of the Michael Bay films, so don't go acting as if you're all high and mighty. Oh, you fucking some people
Michael Bay
only like big dumb movies. You know that's not me.
You like this movie.
I do like this movie, but okay, so it's a big dumb movie. I like a horror movie, for instance. Does that mean I like all horror movies automatically?
Yes.
Is that how stupid we're going to be about this? Man, this is a big dumb action movie, so therefore Cyrus likes all big dumb action movies.
Cyrus loves it when I throw black cats in his hands.
No, I'm able to distinguish a little between a crappy big dumb action movie and a fun big dumb action movie, and this is a fun big dumb action movie.
Well, you know what the thing is, I don't mind dumb fun, obviously. The thing is, if you're gonna go to a ridiculous extreme, I want you to go as far as like a Crank 2 type film with it.
Well,
you know, where
that's
it's inventive,
almost art house extreme.
You know what? I got high standards, all right, Cyrus, and that's what I want. All right, with this movie though, even though the characters were fun, for a while I was like, man, sitting in that theater, I was like, man, fuck this. This is the C team. I don't want to call these motherfuckers
You know what? You were so right. We got professional actors there except for Rampage Jackson.
Who was the weakest point of the whole thing.
Yeah, he was. But they all did. These professional actors look like the people at Universal Studios who dress up and come out and do the A-Team musical.
I had a lot of fun watching them. I thought Sharlto Copley, is that how you pronounce his name? From District 9.
District 9,
was great as Murdoch. I thought he nailed it. In fact, one of the things I was most disappointed in the film was that there wasn't more of him in it, because he's so good. I thought Bradley Cooper was so fantastic as Face. Totally nailed that role. Liam Neeson, well, come on, he's Liam Neeson. Do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's going to be good at it. And he's just fine as Hannibal. I really liked all of them except for the guy who played B.A. Baracus, who looked like he was reading his lines off a teleprompter.
Well, sometimes you couldn't, if he wasn't saying fool, then he was I couldn't know what he was talking about.
He was doing that, and yeah, you're right. He only had like 2 real lines. Anything ending in fool, and this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's
he
it.
He said that line about 5 times.
Other than that motherfucker had mush mouth. I couldn't
better not put me on a plane.
But you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the director realized, look, this guy, I think he's like, what, an Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, but we're not going to see him in any Ultimate movies.
Yeah, maybe he's not much of an actor. Maybe they gave him some long, like, diatribe of dialogue. He was like, this guy, let's just keep him in the background.
Well, you know what? I'd have to say, let me go through the characters, what I liked about them and didn't like about them. I like Sharlto Copley, except I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but he started out sort of having like a hick sort of accent, and then he would go between his South African accent. And I was just like, I can't tell if that's on purpose or if he just can't keep it up. I liked his personality in the movie, but I was kind of taken out of it sometimes.
I'm told you're a hell of a chopper pilot.
The best, sir.
I'm not getting on the chopper with this nut job.
Yeah, that's good. You know, was he another one of your projects? I'm a real soldier. I'm a ranger, baby. I'm worried.
Rampage Jackson.
Okay, I don't want to say his name wrong. They're going to beat the fuck out of me.
He's going to bust through this door any minute. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, I know. You know what he's going to say? Hey, fool.
You know you're still in character?
He'd be like,
no.
He'd be like,
I'm
you
sorry.
guys are still. You did. He's like, I guess I should be threatened, but I can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
No, it's Quentin Jackson.
I was about to say, I thought it was
Yes, Quentin Rampage Jackson, me.
Who's related to 50 Cent, apparently. The way he talks, he delivers his line.
Oh, no, don't put those fools in a movie together. You know what the name of that movie would be?
I ain't setting foot in any type of aircraft, animal. No gliders, paper planes, ultralights.
Are you ever going to let me live that down?
Nope.
Mexico was a long time ago, and I saved your life.
How about thanking me for not whooping your ass at that hospital? I was an airborne ranger till I met you.
And you chicken out just like to heal yourself.
263 jumps.
Just to thank you would have been nice.
And one helicopter ride with you screws it up. Airborne ranger with a fear of flying. Like a punk.
BA, for the last time, nobody leaves the truck once we take it over. Okay? Staging. Movement. Action plan. There's a nice read for you.
Oh, hell yeah, Hannibal. This is it right here.
It's perfect.
This is beyond nuts, boss.
It gets better.
Well, hey, if they ever make another Fat Albert movie, I vote him for
Much
Malcolm.
And he just punches Fat Albert. But you know, I tell you what, his lines weren't all that good. He's not a good actor, but he did every now and then nail Mr. T.
No, he did. He did, honestly.
I have to say, whenever he did, that's the
when he cut his hair with the mohawk, he nailed it.
Yeah, there you go. His hair. That afro down the middle of his head. Yeah. Straight up Mr. T.
I almost don't blame him completely, though, because like the way they filmed this movie was sort of like, let's just let everybody talk over each other all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very like, it's chaotic, it's frenetic, everything is constantly moving, the camera's moving, everybody's talking over each other. You have to decipher it. I wanted subtitles really bad because I couldn't understand what a lot of people were saying a lot of the time.
Dude, like I said, I mean, it felt like they're watching somebody on a Six Flags ride with a bunch of people trying to talk over each other, and they're just screaming and yelling.
And I think
and
that
having
was
a great
very
time.
intentional in some ways.
yeah.
That they wanted to create that atmosphere.
Oh, no, I get that.
This is out of control.
I get that, but the thing is, they did it like in three or four scenes, which I didn't mind. But at the same time, I'm like, what is this dialogue? Because they have like four characters talking to each other, and the camera's going back and forth, and you just don't know what are they talking about.
I tell you, he was good, but he was doing an impression.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson is the only one I don't think was right doing an impression. Liam Neeson was just Liam Neeson.
He was being Liam Neeson.
Yeah, with some gray
Which,
hair.
when they cast him, that was why they cast him, because they're like, oh, well, he's already George Papard in the A-Team. So
Okay, sure.
just give him a cigar, and he is Hannibal.
I actually thought George Papard was a little more lively than Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, you know, no matter what he's in, he's trying to be serious actor. You know what I mean? He could be in anything. That motherfucker could be Alvin in Alvin and Chipmunks. He's going to be acting serious.
Well, he has a very specific set of skills, so.
Acting serious, I guess, is part of it. And I think the best person to cast was Bradley Cooper as Face. I think he's the one that actually just made his own thing with it. And I don't know, because it was a pretty boy role.
They put him in the forefront because of the fact that he's a pretty boy and because just a semblance of a romance that's going on in the background between him and Jessica Biel here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously they want to bring that to the forefront, so we saw a lot more of him for that reason.
I thought that was actually perfect casting because honestly, he just, to me at least, I thought he was just playing himself because I've seen this character, the character that he was doing in this movie, I've seen him do it before.
Yeah, he's made a whole...
It wasn't really a stretch, to be honest, but it was perfect casting for this movie.
He's made a career out of smiling and taking his shirt off when appropriate. So.
Yeah.
And he is good at it, you know. I mean, obviously ladies are responding, so...
You saw more of his chest than you did of the A-Team van in this movie.
That's true.
I think you saw more of his pecs and his chest than you saw of his face.